In today's video, we're going to go over stripping and connecting two ends of a wire. Most of the lights that you buy aren't going to come with wiring long enough to run from wherever you want to install them onto your vehicle to your switch box. So we're going to teach you how to strip the wires and connect them using butt end connectors. So what we're going to need, we have our wire strippers, some way to cover the wire after we connect them, whether it's electrical tape or shrink tubing, and then our butt end connectors. These are just three different gauges here that you can use. Make sure you select the right gauge. And for our wiring today, we have an 18 gauge wire. So we're going to use the red butt end connector. So what we're going to use is we're just going to use the shrink tubing here to put it on to secure the wire after we connect the two ends. You're going to take your strippers here, find the right gauge, 18, clamp it down, spin it a little bit, pop the end off. You've exposed some wire. You don't want to expose a lot, just enough to fit inside the butt end connector here. Take the other end of your wire, same thing. And strip that off. I always twist a little bit here just to keep the wires together, so when you put them in the butt end connector they don't spread out and look like this. So you want it to look like this. We'll put the one end of the butt end connector on, and these pliers happen to be color coded here, so we know that's the crimper portion we want to use because it's red. Pinch it down. Now there's a couple spots on here that you're going to want to crimp, but you definitely want to make sure that you crimp far enough down that you get the metal on the inside of the connector crimped down. You don't want to just crimp just at the very beginning of the butt end connector. Here is all plastic. You want to crimp far enough down so that you're getting the tubing in, and you just give it a little tug. Now one thing people will forget when using the shrink tubing is to feed the tubing over one end of the wire prior to connecting the other end. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Again, spin the wiring so it doesn't end up getting frayed. Put the two ends together, stick it inside the butt end connector, take your crimper, crimp that down nice and tight, give it a good tug. And then what you do is feed your shrink tubing over top, take a lighter, and shrink it down. And that's how you connect two ends of a wire.